Welcome back. Today we will deep dive into the poem The West Wind by John Masefield using a mind map approach. We'll explore the speaker's emotional longing for home carried by the warm breeze of the Westlands. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to unpack John Masefield's incredible poem, The West Wind. Now, this is such a beautiful piece, but it kicks off with a real head-scratcher. You've got this warm spring wind, and instead of making the poet happy, it makes him cry. So let's figure out why.
All right, let's just sit with this line for a second. The poem opens with all the signs of a perfect spring day. A warm breeze, birds singing, you know the vibe. And yet, the poet's gut reaction is to cry. That immediate contrast, that tension between a happy scene and a sad feeling, sets up the emotional mystery for the entire poem.
So that's really our core question for this explainer. Why the tears? And to get to the bottom of it, we have to understand that for the poet, this isn't just a weather pattern. This wind is a messenger, and it's carrying a powerful flood of memories and a pretty urgent call to action.
Okay, so to really get the tears, we first need to get a handle on where the poet's head is at before the wind even shows up. Let's just say he's not in a great place, and this wind is basically the trigger that lets all that pent-up emotion out.
The poem makes it super clear he's a long way from home, from England's West Country. He talks about having a tired heart, which tells you everything, right? It suggests he's just emotionally and spiritually drained by whatever he's doing. He feels stuck, and more than anything, he is just deeply, deeply homesick.
So here's our poet, feeling totally worn out and missing home, and then the west wind arrives. But here's the thing. It doesn't just vaguely remind him of home. Oh no, it does way more than that. It paints this incredibly vivid, almost dreamlike picture of the one place on Earth that he believes can fix him.
He actually calls the Westland a fine land for hearts as tired as mine. So in his memory, home isn't just a dot on a map. It's a cure. It's a sanctuary that seems tailor-made for healing what hurts, and he uses some really powerful imagery to make us feel that too.
And this is how he does it. He pulls us right in through our senses. You can almost see the apple orchards and the cool green grass. You can practically hear the thrushes flutin', which is just this beautiful melodic sound. You can feel the whole vibe of an April day. He's not just telling us it's peaceful, he's making us experience that peace right along with him.
Now, this line right here, the air is like wine. This is a fantastic example of a really important literary tool that Masefield uses to turn this memory from just a nice thought into something truly magical.
He's using a simile, and by comparing the air to wine, he's suggesting it's way more than just fresh. It's intoxicating, it's energizing, it's full of life. Now, if you're studying for an exam, this is a perfect example to remember. It shows how one simple comparison can add such a deep layer of meaning.
All right, so the poem is building, and now it takes a really dramatic turn. These memories that the wind is stirring up become so strong, so powerful, that they literally find a voice. This is the moment where the poet's homesickness stops being a feeling and starts being an active character in the story.
And the tool he uses for this is called personification. It's a great one. Masefield gives the wind human qualities. It can talk, it can reason with him, it can even sound worried about him. So the wind isn't just a breeze anymore. It becomes the actual voice of his homeland, calling him back. And just listen to how it speaks to him. It doesn't order him around. It persuades him. It calls him brother, which creates this unbelievably intimate personal tone. This isn't some angry gust of wind. It sounds like a caring family member, gently asking, "Hey, where have you been? We miss you."
And this isn't just a one-time thing. That word, brother, is used 5 times in the poem, and you can bet that's deliberate. It's meant to really hammer home this idea of an unbreakable familial bond between the poet, nature, and the land where he was born. He belongs.
So the wind doesn't just say, "Come home." It makes a brilliant sales pitch. It offers the poet exactly what he's craving, healing. And it lays out this promise using some of the most powerful metaphors in the whole poem.
This line is absolutely crucial. The wind is promising that being home, seeing the merry spring again, isn't just going to be nice. It's going to be restorative. It's promising to heal both his heart and his mind. Let's break that down a bit.
So let's look at this comparison. Song to a Man's Soul, that's all about deep emotional peace, right? Spiritual comfort. But Fire to a Man's Brain, that's about something else entirely. That's about reigniting inspiration, creativity, getting that mental spark back. So Home offers a complete cure, one for his emotional pain and another for his mental burnout.
And, just in case he wasn't sold yet, the wind makes its final, most direct offer. It promises a balm, like a healing ointment for his emotional pain, for his bruised heart. And it offers sleep for aching eyes, a direct cure for his physical exhaustion, and of course, for his tears. The temptation is now complete. There's no resisting that.
So, the big question, did the wind's argument work? Oh, absolutely. In the final part of the poem, we see this huge shift. The poet goes from this state of passive, tearful longing to one of active, solid resolve. Now look closely here. The quotation marks are gone. This is the poet talking again, and his whole tone has changed. And check out that word, must. He must tread that road. It's not a wish anymore, it's not a dream, it has become an absolute necessity.
And that right there, that shift from want to must, that's the climax of his whole emotional journey. The deep sadness that caused his tears in the first place has been transformed into this powerful, focused determination. He's realized that going home isn't just something he'd like to do, it's something he has to do to be whole again. And in the end, it's not just about the pretty landscape. He's going back for rest for heart and head. He's returning to his community, the warm hearts of his people, and most importantly, to his own identity. He's going back to the land where I belong.
Okay, so before we wrap this up, let's pull everything together into a quick, handy summary. For anyone studying this poem, this is your exam toolkit. These are the key literary devices and exactly what they accomplish in the poem.
So first up, you've got that powerful imagery, which makes home feel like a real, tangible place of peace. Then there's personification, which turns the wind into a caring family member, making that call to come home feel so much more personal. The metaphors are brilliant because they show that home offers this two-part healing for both the soul and the mind. And finally, all that repetition just keeps reinforcing those key themes of family, destiny, and belonging.
And all of that really leaves us with one final thought. This poem is such a beautiful meditation on what home really means. It's more than just a place, right? It's a source of who we are, a source of healing, a source of belonging. So I'll leave you with this question. If the wind could speak to you, what place would it call you home to? Thanks for joining me.
To the end of our analysis. If this video helped you understand the poem better, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more content just like this. Have a question or request for our next video? Leave it in the comments below. See you in the next one.